Welcome back to the 2-in-1, and today I'm taking a look at the Baltimore Ravens and going over whether or not they can win the Super Bowl in 2021. But before we get into that topic, just a quick question for those of you viewing, especially the Ravens fans out there. How many passing touchdowns do you think Lamar will throw in the upcoming season? Just for reference, his rookie year he threw 6, his sophomore year he threw 36, and then this past year he threw 26. If that helps you guys out at all. But keep in mind, he now has new receiver Rashod Bateman in 17 games to work with this year. So keep all those in consideration. Comment down below, and you'll hear my answer at the end. But getting straight into it, Baltimore Ravens, can they win the Super Bowl? Technically, anyone can win the Super Bowl. I mean, the Houston Texans can win it, but it's more of a will they question. Will they be able to pull it off? And looking at the Ravens, I feel like they are the best they've been since Lamar. You could argue 2 years ago when they were the number one seed and got just bullied by the Titans in the divisional round. That was their best year, but I think this year with some new weapons, I think they're going to be even better. Are they going to be the number one seed again? I don't know, but roster-wise, I just like the talent this team now has. And a lot of it is going to depend on that receiving core. Year after year after year, the Ravens have been saying Lamar doesn't have weapons, Lamar doesn't have weapons. Now he does. Does he have the best receiving core in the league? No, but now he has enough weapons to where we got to see, has he reached his full potential and people are just making excuses, or has he not even come close to his full potential and Lamar's going to win MVP again? I don't know. Looking at the roster, he's got good protection. Ronnie Stanley, Kevin Zeitler, brought in Alejandro Villanueva and Jawan James. Hopefully one of those guys can really emerge to be a good tackle for the team, even though both have their injury situations. I like the O-line for sure. Backfield, you had the number one rushing offense last year. You didn't have the number one rushing leader. That went to Derrick Henry. But number one rushing offense between Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, and Lamar Jackson, I'd say you're doing pretty good on the ground. Through the air, like I mentioned earlier, we got to see, can Lamar step up? I believe he can, but we just need to actually see it happen. A lot of it does depend on rookie Rashod Bateman. A lot of people are expecting him to really step up to the plate and be a home run rookie, not like Justin Jefferson, but like a CeeDee Lamb, like a Chase Claypool, a guy that could really just help out his offense a lot in his rookie year. I think he can do it, but a lot is going to depend on that. But they brought in Sammy Watkins with Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews. Ravens passing game is going to get somewhere, I think, this year. Looking at the defense, the pass rush scares me a little bit, losing both Matt Judon and Yannick Ngakoue, but there's still some big names out there. Brandon Williams, Derek Wolfe, Calais Campbell. They drafted, I don't know how to say his name, Odafe Away in the first round. I think he's a pretty good pick that could really help that pass rushing game, but again, a lot to rely on a rookie. Looking at the secondary, it's really as good as it comes in the secondary, in my opinion. Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, you might have the best cornerback two in the league. Behind him, you got Jimmy Smith, other guys on there. You got Deshaun Elliott, Devon Young. It's a great secondary, and like I said, it could be the best in the league. I think there's some other ones out there that are up for debate. The Rams are always going to be good. I like the Broncos secondary, surprisingly, this year. That's another video, who has the best secondary, but the Ravens are up there, if not the best. Their defense is phenomenal in the secondary. And like I said, the pass rush, I do have my concerns, but it's not like it's just, there's no pass rush. There's still some pressure to an extent. I'm just acting like it is their weak point if I was forced to pick one. Again, this Ravens team this year, they're going to be dangerous. A big concern, though, is their division. A lot of people do have the Browns passing the Ravens this year, and just because the Browns win the division doesn't mean they'll go on to take on the Ravens in the playoffs. The Steelers won the division last year, and they got spanked by the Browns in the wild card round. So really, you can't put too much emphasis on who wins the division, but it is still a factor. Browns will be concerning. A lot of people do have them passing them, like I said, but the Ravens right now are the Browns' big brother. Like, they just can't. Browns can't get around the rope to beating the Ravens. I don't know if that's going to hold up this year, but right now I do say the Ravens, they hold the crown until the Browns take it away from them. But having OBJ come back, having the additions of John Johnson, Troy Hill, Javon Clowney, Greg Newsome, JOK, getting Grant Delpit and Greedy Williams off of injuries and just not playing, the defense is looking just as good as the Ravens, maybe as a whole. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, already your key pieces there in the secondary, in the pass rush. It's going to be scary this year, that Browns team. And like I said, on offense, OBJ's back, got the best O-line. Baker's only going to get better. Luckily, Lamar's only going to get better, but you guys know what I mean. The Browns, they have a very complete roster this year, and I don't want to completely discredit the Bengals and Steelers, but Big Ben and being Big Ben and Joe Burrow just not having a lot around him. Yeah, he's got some weapons. Again, not trying to discredit him, but to me, this is definitely a two-man race in the division. But outside of that, Looking at who's going to make it out of the AFC, you got the Chiefs, who are the Chiefs. You got the Bills and Josh Allen, who made the AFC Championship last year. They got a good secondary, Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde. That's a pretty good duo. They added Gregory Rousseau in the draft to help out their pass rush, to help out Ed Oliver and Jerry Hughes. Bills are getting somewhere. We know who the Bills are, just like the Chiefs, Browns I just mentioned, and the Titans this year. One of the Ravens, seemingly in the past 2 years, biggest rivalries in the postseason. I just made a video about, can the Titans do it? I said no. Oh, I said they can, but I said they won't. That postseason rivalry, I'm actually hoping the Ravens and Titans play again this year. You know, they played the past 2 years, and they've each won once. And now this year, I feel like they're both at their best compared to the past 2 years. And I want to see who would win that battle. But, you know, I'm not betting my Super Bowl odds on a Titans and Ravens matchup. But again, the Titans are a threat. Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Julio Jones is the obvious elephant in the room you got to address. AJ Brown, the defense is the weakest side on the Titans, and that could really help out the Ravens. But again, I'm not acting like this is a matchup that's going to turn the Super Bowl. There's a lot of good teams in general. Titans, Browns, Chiefs, Bills, and the Ravens are in that mix. I'm not saying they're below them or above them. They're on par with all those teams. And being on par with the best teams in the AFC, I would certainly say the Ravens can win the Super Bowl. Like I said in the beginning of the video, they certainly can, just like any team can. But will they? It's really hard for me to bite off on that. As much as Lamar got over the hump of winning the Super Bowl, is getting more weapons, I just think they might be one more year away, personally, in my opinion. And I know that's going to make it hard because money's eventually going to get tight when you offer Lamar a new contract. But I just think they're going to need one more receiver in another draft, or one more receiver in an offense, or one more guy in the pass rush. If the Ravens go out there and win the Super Bowl, will I be surprised or shocked? Not in any way or form. Like I said, I think Lamar, I'm not saying he will MVP, but he'll be in the MVP running again, having the weapons he does through the air and being who he is on the ground. I like Lamar to just take off this year like he usually does, but I just think they might be one more year away. I'm not trying to say, oh, the Chiefs are guaranteed going back to back, but there's just so many good teams in the AFC, Titans, Browns, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, again, on par with everyone. I just think they aren't the best team again. Maybe when the season starts, this is an early prediction, so my opinion can change at any moment. Maybe even week one when I see Lamar step up and see Rashod Bateman play live, my opinion could change game one, week one, but as of today, I do think they are just short. I think they can take the next step level, and I know this is really condescending. It's just so close with the Ravens for me. I would just have to say no for now. Again, I won't be shocked, but if I was forced to put my own money on the line and say, will they win the Super Bowl, I would say no. And of course, I didn't even really mention who they play in the NFC Championship, but I like the Bucs and Rams this year if they have to play one of those. But again, things could change. I don't know what the playoffs will look like. I don't know what teams will look like. Injuries can happen. Anything could change. But if I was forced to say yes or no today, I would say no, they do not win the Super Bowl in 2021. As always, and of course, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know, do you agree or disagree with my take? I know Ravens fans are going to get really offended and cry about me not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, just like any other analyst you'd yell at. But referring back to the question today, how many passing touchdowns you got for Lamar? To me, I got him throwing 35 plus. I don't know if he'll have a record season throwing 36 again, but with 17 games with more weapons, I wouldn't be surprised. But to me, 35 plus, I'll say it. I'll say he'll have a career high and throw 36 plus touchdowns this year, either tie or match his career high with the new weapons. But I don't think he gets a Lombardi trophy. As always, and of course, guys, like I said earlier, thank you for watching. 2-minute warning.